Welcome back to A to Z here on Locked On Sports Atlanta, free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Wrapping things up here on this Monday as we have hit full summer here in Atlanta. It is a hot one today. It's going to be a hot one this week, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Bring on the heat. Speaking of heat, we do it every single day. We throw our own little heat, an version of heat called Shovels of Wisdom.
Brace yourselves, because it's time for the Shovel of Wisdom.
And you know how we do it every single day. We like to whack somebody upside the head for doing or saying something stupid, and you can do so as well on my Twitter account at Mark Zinno. Just use the hashtag Shovel of Wisdom. And today my shovel goes to Joe Maddon. You guys know Joe Maddon, don't you? Former Angels manager Joe Maddon. Yeah, you know, they were losing a lot of games, the Angels. And in order to sort of pick them up out of their slump and get them smiling again and not feel bad about all the losing that had been going on, Joe Maddon decided that he was going to spark some fun. And he was going to do so by shaving a mohawk into his head. Yeah, almost. I mean, listen, there's nothing funnier than a 68-year-old man with a mohawk. It would certainly loosen me up, to say the least. Well, Angels players never actually got to see the mohawk because, well, Joe Maddon got fired right after he did the mohawk, not knowing he was going to be fired, and he could never even get it to be shown to the rest of his team. So, yeah, well, the 14-game losing streak eventually did end, not because of Joe Maddon's mohawk, but just because, well, you know, eventually you win games in baseball, even the really bad teams. So that's another thing you need to know about, you know, putting your head into a mohawk, man, especially when you're 68. I wonder if he kept it, though. I mean, that's the other thing. You got to wonder. Maybe he just said, bleep it. I'll just leave it in, see what happens. He just shaved the whole thing off at that point in time. I don't think it's that. I look for a picture on the internet, too. I've yet to see a picture of it. So if anybody sees one, send it to my Twitter account at Mark Zinno. We can all have a laugh together. Speaking of laughs, I'm laughing at the PGA Tour and PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan. We talked about this last week. Like, I get it that the PGA is now between a rock and a hard place with all these players defecting to the Live Tour. But it was at the RBC Canadian Open on Sunday, which Rory McIlroy won. I had a shot of 62 in the final round. And then proceeded to take a not-so-subtle jab at Greg Norman by pointing out that it was the 21st tour win for Rory McIlroy. That's one more than Greg Norman. But that wasn't the real story. It was kind of funny and cute, and he kind of, you know, gave the smile and the wink, and he knew exactly what he was doing when he said it. But it was Jay Monahan who made his first public comments since suspending the 17 players in the Rival Live Golf International Series. And, you know, the reasoning, I still understand it because you can't not do anything if you're the PGA. You have to respond. But what you didn't have to do is punish. You can incentivize players to stay in other ways. You can incentivize players to come back in other ways without threatening them. And Monahan seemed resolute in the position that he took, and then more so, tried to make it sound like what the PGA has is a better offer than what the Live Golf Series has. Take a listen.
Those players have chosen to sign multi-year lucrative contracts to play in a series of exhibition matches against the same players over and over again. You look at that versus what we see here today, and that's why they need us so badly. You've got true, pure competition. The best players in the world here at the RBC Canadian Open.
I mean, look, they don't need you. That's the thing. They have chosen to sign lucrative contracts because the Saudi Tour, for lack of a better term, is offering them life-changing money. This is a monetary decision, Jay. It's nothing more. It's not about necessarily winning. It's not about competition. It's about money. These guys know that they can compete with the best players in the world. They're not worried about that. What they would like is some compensation for their time. If you don't make the cut at an event on the PGA Tour, you know what you get? Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. Maybe use that as an incentive to keep these players here to stay. Like maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe that is the way to go and figure out a way to pay everybody. And some of these fringe players on tour who desperately need to make cuts just to be able to stay on tour, cover their travel expenses and everything else that they have going on. They don't have huge sponsorship deals, and they don't have Nike and everybody else and Titleist and FootJoy, whatever the heck it is, throwing money at them all over the place. So they need money. Figure out a way to incentivize those guys to stay because them taking a paycheck to play pressure-free golf is a hell of a lot better. I'm here for the fight. I really am. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I'm going to enjoy this as a spectator on the sidelines, trying to figure out how the PGA is going to dissect this all and what they're going to do, especially since everybody who joined the Live Tour is allowed to play in the U.S. Open coming up. Like I said, if they can play in 3 of the 4 majors, what really does PGA Tour have to hold over them? Nothing. So incentivize them to stay. Stop doing the old school, I'm in charge, look at me, you follow my rules kind of deal, and start doing the smart thing. And go, okay, how do we make it better for these players? How do we become more player friendly? How do we figure out ways to get them to stay here as opposed to wanting to leave? Because again, it's not that you offer money and the Saudis offer more money. It's that you offer nothing and the Saudis offer something. That's the critical difference, which you're not understanding. You might be able to have people loyal to, hey, man, this is comfortable. I'm okay with this. But for the Live Tour, for them to sign up there, they play less events, they get more money, they have more weekends at home with their wives and their families and their kids and everything else. It's easy. It's an easy decision for them. And you're making it easier on them by punishing them. There's no reason for them to come back. And would you even accept them back? I mean, like, you've created this divisiveness because players chase money. Guess what professional athletes have done since the beginning of professional athletism? Chase money. I just made up a word there. That's fine. But the point simply is, since professional athletes have been being paid, they've chased more money routinely. I mean, heck, that's what the whole Black Sox scandal was about. Them getting more money. Comiskey wouldn't pay the White Sox players more money, so what'd they do? Well, they tried to fix the gambling thing to get more money. It's not an uncommon thing for professional athletes to want more money. Figure it out, PGA Tour. Because what you're doing right now ain't the answer. I can guarantee you that much. All right. That'll do it for us today. Back tomorrow, Tuesday, Falcons mini camp, locked and loaded right here on A to Z. Appreciate you guys making A to Z your first listen every single day. Make sure you check out the rest of the shows here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Hitting Hard to John Chuckery, ATL Daywins, Jarvis Davis, and Tanisha Batiste. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Don't take a crap, anybody. See ya.